Hello and welcome, beautiful people, to a healthy dose. I am Dr. I. Let's get healthier, happier, and stronger together. Did you know that the food you eat might play a crucial role in triggering depression? It is very common to feel unhappy and sad while facing difficult and tough situations in life. But when sadness interferes in your day-to-day activities, it doesn't allow you to live your life to the fullest. This is what is called depression. There are three components to a healthy life. These three components are diet, sleep, and exercise. Now let's talk about the 15 foods that you should avoid if you have depression. First food that we should try to avoid is caffeine. If you are wondering how does caffeine affect depression, don't worry, we have got you covered. Caffeine only provides a temporary boost to the nervous system. As a result, people with depression may experience a more severe drop in their mood once the effects of the stimulant, caffeine in this case, wears off. Therefore, people with depression should only consume caffeine in moderation. Thus, an adult shouldn't consume more than 400 milligrams of caffeine in a day. Another important point to note is that not getting enough sleep can have a negative impact on your entire day. Drinking a cup of coffee at dinner might make it difficult for you to fall asleep, therefore making your depression worse. The second type of food that you should avoid is alcohol. Alcohol can worsen the symptoms of depression by influencing your drinking habits. Drinking alcohol more than water can have a negative impact on your health. Not to mention how occasional consumption of alcohol can lead to binge drinking, which can worsen depression. Regular heavy drinking interferes with chemicals in the brain that are vital for good mental health. So while we might feel relaxed after a drink, in the long run, alcohol has an impact on mental health and can contribute to feelings of depression and anxiety and make stress harder to deal with. The third type of food that you should avoid is processed food. Processed foods contain substances which are harmful to your body if you have too much. You might be feeling like you are eating yourself out of depression, but you are actually making it worse. Examples of processed foods include packaged food and canned food. Results of a study published in the Journal of Public Health Nutrition showed that individuals who consumed the most ultra-processed foods as compared with those who consumed the least amount had statistically significant increases in the adverse mental health symptoms of mild depression. The fourth type of food that you should avoid is fried food. Eating fried food not only influences your mood, but it actually influences your overall health. A study found that eating fried food might increase the risk of depression. Another study found that frequency of fried food consumption was associated with lower resilience to depression. This means that by consuming fried foods often, you are putting yourself at a higher risk of developing depression. Another food found to increase the risk of depression is white bread. White bread is a processed food that can increase the risk of depression as well as obesity. White flour is highly processed that quickly turns into sugar after you eat it. This can cause energy spikes and crashes that can be bad for anxiety and depression. The sixth type of food that you should avoid is sugar and artificial sweeteners. Adding sugar to your diet to enhance flavor is unhealthy. A study found that men who consume a high sugar diet are more prone to depression. Surprisingly, artificial sweeteners, including NutraSweet, Equal, Sweeten Low, Splenda, can lead to chronically elevated insulin levels. Artificial sweeteners can lead to chronically elevated insulin levels. According to studies, chronically elevated insulin levels raise your risk for depression, Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, diabetes, and other health problems. The seventh type of food that you should avoid is high sodium food. According to the World Health Organization, a high sodium diet can increase the risk of heart disease and stroke, as well as cognitive decline. Canned meat and sausages are a few examples of foods that are high in sodium. The results of a study suggest that consumption of foods high in sodium contribute to the development of depressive symptoms in early adolescence. Sodium consumption has also been linked to depression in some animals. The eighth type of food that you should avoid is hydrogenated oil or vegetable oil. Hydrogenated oils or vegetable oils contain trans fat, which has shown to replace healthy oils in our body, thus worsening depression. Research has shown that hydrogenated oils or trans fat has been causally linked to increased depression and anxiety. Trans fat became common in the 1950s and is found in margarine, snack food, chips, packaged baked goods like muffins and crackers, and oils used to fry fast food. The ninth type of food that you should avoid is soda. A study in Australia found those who consumed soda every day were 60% more likely to suffer from depression, stress-related problems, and even suicidal thought. Another point to note is that by consuming 1 to 2 cans of soda a day can increase your risk of diabetes by 26%. Like regular sodas, diet sodas have been linked to a higher risk of depression. The 10th type of food that you should avoid is high-fat dairy products. Adding heavy cream, butter, and full-fat cheese can enhance the taste of food, but in the long run, it can affect your health negatively. Casein, a protein found in dairy products, can trigger the symptoms of depression. Researchers have discovered that high levels of lactose in the intestines can interfere with tryptophan metabolism and serotonin levels. They concluded that lactose malabsorption may play a role in the development of depression. With this all being said, it seems that dairy affects everyone differently. The 11th type of food that you should avoid is gluten. Gluten intolerance may lead some people to experience a higher chance of developing symptoms of depression and anxiety. The 12th type of food that you should avoid is genetically modified crops. Dr. Samsel explains that glycophosphate found in genetically modified crops disrupts tryptophan. Tryptophan is an amino acid necessary for the production of serotonin. As a result, this can worsen depression. The 13th type of food that you should avoid is red or processed meat. The results from a study showed a significant association between red and processed meat intake and the risk of depression. The 14th type of food that you should avoid is refined flour and refined grains. The study found a significant positive association between refined grain consumption, depression, and anxiety in women. The 15th type of food that you should avoid is energy drinks. Consuming energy drinks can lead to sleep problems, which may trigger the symptoms of depression. A study on soldiers showed that soldiers who consumed energy drinks suffered from mental health problems more so than the soldiers who didn't consume energy drinks. The mood fluctuations and irritability caused by caffeine overdose or withdrawal may account for high levels of perceived stress, depressive mood symptoms, and suicidal behavior in the adolescents who frequently consumed energy drinks. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.